What's going on, guys? New knife review for you today. We're looking at a buck knife. Model here is a 754 NRG. Energy. Energy. Like the Kershaw Energy? Nope. This is Buck's Energy. Interesting little knife. There's the box. Don't need that. Actually, very cool little knife. The big thing here is obviously you have a small blade, but you also have a bottle opener, or cap lifter, as some people say. I don't say that, I say bottle opener. So that's what you got here. It's got a small little hawkbill blade on there, actually a very cool looking blade. 1.5 inches, blade steel is a 420 J2. Comes extremely sharp, dulls very quickly. 420 HC from Buck, I've always touted, even though it's a cheap steel, they do a really good job on it, and it has really good performance for what it is. The 420 J2, not so much. They might be doing the same heat treat on it, but 420 J2 for the most part in the industry is used for handles. This is a very cheap, very small, affordable little pocket knife. Not a whole lot going on here. These are made in China. Very simple process. You make the back scale, or the frame lock side, which is stainless steel, a little bit thicker than the top, and the top is a thin piece of aluminum. This one is the plain or silver. They also come with anodized front plates, I guess you call it, or handle scales. Some are blue, some are black, and some are red. The most common one I've seen is blue. So expect to see those colors available. As far as price on these, about 15 bucks when you buy them most places, although if you go on eBay you could find these for about $3, sometimes even less, and shipping's about 5 bucks. So less than $10 shipped most places if you really do your homework and try to find these. It's a cool little pocket knife. The finger choil here works nicely. It is a frame lock, like I said. The frame lock actually is very thick. It locks up really, really nicely. There's no play whatsoever. My problem with this is that the entire thing, it feels very unfinished. Very sharp corners on the sides because there's not a whole, whole big manufacturing process for this. They're basically cutting out the back side, maybe cleaning up a little, but there's no rounding, chamfering rather, or anything like that. It's just very abrupt, and when you're using this, it feels very unfinished. It feels like, a freshly cut piece of metal. I would recommend, if you were to get one of these, to go in with some fine sandpaper and literally hit all the edges all around, except maybe with a bottle opener. You don't need that to be smooth. You want that to grip nice. But all the points of contact with your hand, basically around the entire perimeter here, all these corners on tops, you're going to want to hit that with some sandpaper. If you do that, it's going to be a great little knife for you. But out of the box, it's way too uncomfortable. As far as how it feels in the hand, it feels great. It's fine. It's got some jimping on the back. It's actually kind of functional. Works good. The little hawkbill blade, although it's not going to stay sharp forever, it'll definitely come in handy. I would say this is a cool little, hanging out with your friends, opening beers knife. Basically it's your bottle opener first, and it's a backup knife for that. As far as like an EDC blade, obviously there's better options out there, but you know what? If you're really on a budget for less than 10 bucks shipped, this is a cool one to try out. But highly, highly recommend not this side, not the aluminum side, that's fine, but the stainless side. Just go around there. You're going to be 100 times happier by sanding that down a little bit so it's more comfortable. There is a lanyard hole towards the bottle opener side. You could use a lanyard on this because, as you notice, there's no pocket clip on here. Alright, so it's in the pocket knife. The problem with that is if you put a lanyard on here, it might be a little bit harder to use the bottle opener. But it shouldn't be that much of a problem. As far as just overall, I like the knife a lot. I think it's cool. It's got some cutouts here. It's an open frame design. It's very simple how it's designed. Basically, it's that one cut piece of stainless. Then we have our aluminum here, which is riveted on. Okay, so it's not adjustable. You cannot remove that. You do have a Torx-headed pivot screw, so you can adjust the tension on the blade. Something else I noticed about the blade, first of all, you see it's right side thumb stud. So you open that with a little thumb stud. Easy to open, one-handed and close one-handed. It's not very smooth at all. The problem I have with this is that the frame lock side, you feel when the detent drops, and what I mean by that is, as I open this, you're going to hear a click. What that click is basically the ball bearing on the frame lock itself is rubbing against the blade, and when you hear the click, it's dropping past it. All right, and it's hard to really see in there, but basically, you can see it down there. That little ball bearing, it gets in the way right there, it has to push, it pushes out the frame lock. Right here, when it clicks, it's dropping. All right, so it makes for a not so smooth opening. You know, when you're opening, it's kind of like, you know, you feel it drop, and it kind of stops the blade for a second. It gives a, you know, a hesitant movement, and then as you're opening it, it doesn't feel super smooth. It kind of skips. Watch it open. It's kind of like bup, 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 instead of nice smooth opening. And this is very clean. Trust me, I cleaned this out multiple times when using it to make sure that's what it was. It's just the inside is not quite finished. It's a very, like I said, a simple production knife. They probably pop these out left and right, but boom, boom, boom. You know, you're cutting one piece of stainless, you're cutting one piece of aluminum, getting riveted together, put a blade in there. You know, it's not a whole lot to this. It's a cheap little knife. But, you know, overall, it's still pretty cool. And for less than $10 shipped, like I said, if you do your homework and try to find this, let's say worst case scenario, it's $20 shipped. All right, it's a cheap knife. But being a cheap knife, it's a cool one at that. It's just uncomfortable, you know, so you can definitely modify that very easily with some sandpaper. And I think you should be happy with this little knife. If you guys are into the cheapo knives, this is one worth checking out. Buck always does a good job on their stuff. Even their cheapest piece of crap that they offer is still cool. And I like this knife a lot. So occasionally I will carry this in the pocket. The one thing that sways me from it is that there is no pocket clip. Even though it's small, to be honest, if it had a pocket clip, I probably wouldn't use it. Because you guys know I don't like small knives with pocket clips. They don't feel like they hold very securely. You know, it's a drop in the pocket type thing, or a throw in the bag type knife. Maybe something to keep in your console, in your truck or car, you know, glove box, something like that. But as far as carrying, there's plenty of cooler options out there. This is just one of those random knives you may just like, you know, but it might not be one that you carry very often. Being that this comes to a point and it is kind of rough, it's not going to feel that great in the pocket carrying around. That's pretty much it for this one. It's a cool little knife. I like it. It's got its problems, but it's super cheap, so can't really complain. As far as reverse grip, I wouldn't even bother. There's just not enough knife to hold it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day. If you guys happen to have this knife, please, any video I do, if I'm showing a product review, you know, write in the comments. If you happen to have that product, let people know what you think about yours. You know, multiple opinions are going to help overall for the people who are interested in maybe getting something like this. So thanks for watching again. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.